Okay, so you've got your ham pack from Flock Stock Basil. So your ham will be one of these big ones. Today we'll be just using a small one because it's just me and Anna. So I'll show you how to glaze your ham and roast your potatoes with it. Just remember to preset your oven to 180 degrees, fan bake, and once we get the ham in there, I'll show you how long to cook it for. So find a deep dish pan that'll fit your ham and pop your ham into it. Okay, so we're going to take the skin off the ham, and we don't want to go through the fat into the meat, so we want to leave as much fat on as possible to keep the ham nice and moist. We just go under the skin like that. Once all the fat's off, you can get rid of that. You can turn that into soup if you want, or you can just let it go the wayside. From here we want to score. So you want to score through the fat, but not again into the meat. So you go one angle. You will feel the knife when it hits the meat. The fat and the meat do feel differently. And come the other way, so you've got these nice squares. Keeping it even as you possibly can will make it look better later once the ham has been glazed.
It smells so good.
There you go. So with a little ham like this, it takes a few seconds, but for a big ham, make sure you score it all the way around on the skin side. So you do have another side here, which is the back end. So you want to lay your ham down, back end down, that nice skin side up, skin off, scored into the pan. So here we are. Now, you've got your nice jar of a glaze here. That is a bourbon brown sugar mustard glaze. So you want to just put on about a third of the jar just over the ham like that. Okay. While your ham's in the oven, you can turn your pot on and get your pot of water boiling for the potatoes. So we've got our potatoes. You will get yours dug up on the day you pick up your ham, so they'll be very new potatoes, very fresh. Cut them into the size you want. I'm going for a little bit larger ones here, and then we're going to pop them into the boiling water. Add a fair chunk of salt. Put a lid on the pot and turn the water off. They'll sit in there for 15 minutes, then we can drain it and they'll be ready to go for the oven. Okay, 15 minutes has passed, so we're just going to strain our potatoes. And we can leave those to dry out. Okay. So the ham's been in there for 20 minutes. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to get some more glaze on there. Just use a little bit, just enough to cover the top. And then you want to take all that glaze that's on the bottom and put it back over the ham. And we want to do that every 15 minutes for 2 hours. So ready for the next glaze, just pour a little bit over again. And then it's simply spooning over the glaze. Just making sure you don't get the burnt glaze. There will always be a little bit of burnt in the corner and stuff. which is fine. Hopefully someone else is cleaning up. And then we just put that over top. It's going to get stickier and stickier and stickier, and the glaze will get thicker and thicker on the ham. And that's exactly what we want. So we've got our potatoes, they're pretty well dried now. I've just put a little bit of fat in the bottom of this pan, and we can just toss our potatoes through that fat. Add a fair amount of salt, as usual. And we just want to mix that through. Potatoes on a tray. Spread them out nice and evenly. Get that fat in the ground. Not good. Done. And I can go in the oven. Okay, just another glaze. Same thing again. So coat it in the fresh glaze. I like angling the pan down so that the juices form in one corner. That way you can get it easier. Get it back on the ham. You can see how thick it's getting now. Okay, so once your ham's been in for an hour, turn it down to 160 or even 150, depending on how dark your burn marks around the corners are. And then give it another, even up to an hour for that size ham. So our ham is ready for its final glaze. So same as before, nothing's going to change. New glaze on. Angle your pan. And spoon over that really thick glaze that's down in that corner. And as you can see, it is now just absolutely coating that ham. So a ham this size is going to take about 45 to an hour, but you've got a 4 kilo ham, so it's going to take hour and a half, 2 hours. So there we go. Back in the oven for its final 15 minutes, and then I'll see you then. So we've run out of fresh glaze, so we're just going to keep spooning over the really sticky stuff in the bottom of the pan. And by the looks of this, we'll have to do this another couple of times just to get rid of the last of this glaze. We want all of that good glaze to actually be on the ham and not in the pan. The other thing you could do if you are left with some glaze at the end is put it into a little jug and spread it onto your ham with your sandwiches in the morning. Potatoes are halfway, so we want to turn those over, making sure we get lots of fat and salt. So this ham is now finished. Just going to give it a last little glaze with what is just caramel at this stage. And that's it. Now we'll rest that for a good 20 minutes. Okay, so our potatoes should be done. There they are. So they should be nice and crunchy. It's been well rested, so we can move that to the chopping board. So any of this glaze here, just keep it in a little bowl and put it on your sandwiches in the morning. Now with your ham cooled, you can slice it. have glazed ham.